I literally printed off today's TMI story because I am that dedicated to my no phone mornings. If you listened to yesterday's episode, you know. If you know, you know. Spend some time off your phone. Welcome to day 12 of Podmas. I am so excited because we got a TMI story to share. It's about poo. I love it. If you don't know, the origins of TMI talk came from poo talk. And so when I get a lovely little poo story, I'm excited. I'm excited to tell your tales and share a little of my own as well, because we're going to get weird together. It's fine. Thank you so much to this gentleman who sent in this story. I'm very excited about it. Okay, here we go. Hi, Jess. I just started listening to the podcast and I absolutely love your energy. Thank you. I love your energy too. Honestly, the energy of this story is amazing. For my TMI story, here we go. The last couple weeks, I've been having some health scares, which I've been actively addressing. So I've been a lot more intentional with my health and wellness. My gut health is super important to me, and I've flirted with the whole vegan/plant-based lifestyle in the past, but nothing crazy to the point where I fully made a commitment. Lately, I've been full on 100% plant-based, meal prepping, and taking seed probiotics, and TMI, but I've been taking the most incredible dumps of my entire life. I seriously can't believe how healthy and great my shits have been. It's insane. Every morning, it's been like clockwork. And just today, get ready. Are you ready? I had one 2 feet long and it was effortless. The saying is true. Vegans really do have the best poo. I love this for you. And I love that you shared this because honestly, I know how it feels to have such a fantastic poo in the morning and such a fantastic long one, and also to get up off the toilet, look in and be like, oh, how did that just come out of me? I feel empty in a beautiful way. I feel like all the toxins are out and I can't share this with anyone. Like I'm not saying send me a pic. I'm not saying let's share photos. But like sometimes you leave that bathroom and you're like, I need to like tell somebody. Tell me. Go to humanhumanpod.com, go to the story submission tab and submit your fucking great 2 foot long poos. But like seriously, I love this for you, and I'm so amazed as well that the plant-based lifestyle has completely transformed this for you, because I've never gone plant-based. I'm mostly dairy free right now, but I am very intrigued of what it would be like to completely change that kind of diet and then see the repercussions in your shit, because I have like little tiny acne all around my chin and my cheeks, and I haven't tried really hard to get it to go away, but I have this like sneaking suspicion that if I went gluten-free or if I went fully plant-based or if I just switched my diet around, I would notice a big change. You're inspiring me with your 2 feet long shits to try. I definitely take on this like vibe of like laziness because I live with my parents and they pretty much cook me dinner every night. I know, I'm so lucky, I'm so privileged, and I'm so grateful. But because of that, I definitely get lazy with cooking for myself. I'll have like my go-to sandwich every lunch, which is actually like free of any meat and free of dairy, but it's definitely has gluten and whatever. But this is some good stuff. This is some good stuff that's getting me thinking. And it's so funny. We're going to continue on the TMI train for a second because actually, no, this whole episode is TMI. I love it. Happy day 12 of Podmas. Is it day 12? Oh, it's day 12. So recently, I feel like I've mentioned this party quite often. My dad had a 50th birthday party. We had all our cottage neighbors and friends come over, and I didn't really know a lot of the people who came. And at the very end of the night, you always have those few people who straggle along and are there till the very end, and it's dark out. And when it gets dark at the cottage, you're like, listen, everybody boated here. So is everyone okay to boat home? I was actually sober and I boated everybody home who stayed over really late. So I'm glad that that was an option that we had. And at the end of the night, at one point, I was like in my own world for a sec, but then I heard my mom go, "Oh yeah, Jessica has one too." And I like turned over and I was like, "Oh, what do I have?" And I thought it was going to be like, I don't know, a degree in psychology, or I have a podcast, or I have yummy food, or I don't know, something normal. And my mom, and I'm like, "Oh, what do I have?" And then the dude that I just met that day, he goes, "Oh, a hemorrhoid." And I'm like, what the fuck? And so I'm like, clearly we're getting real close with the neighbors. I love this. I'm here for it. I'm like, yeah, I do have a hemorrhoid. If you don't know what it is, Google it. It's in your asshole. And so I was like, tell me more. Like, why are we talking about hemorrhoids? And then like he was talking about his hemorrhoid struggles, and my mom was talking about hers, and I was talking about mine. And I bring this up because I think your diet is so influential on your hemorrhoid health, if you will. Because if you're having poops that are not as fantastic as this gentleman's, then your hemorrhoid's going to get flared up. And so there's many reasons that I feel very pulled to work on my health and my food and like what I put in my body, because what you put in your body directly impacts everything else, your energy levels, your mental clarity. Even right now, I'm hungry and I just had breakfast. So I'm thinking to myself, like, I think I need to switch up my breakfast. I don't know if my breakfast is fueling me enough. I also really struggle though, because with my breakfasts, I take a really long time to eat it in the morning. Like every other meal, I eat it at a normal speed, but the morning I am hungry in the morning and I'll have my lemon water and then I'll eat my breakfast. But I definitely just like am a slow eater. So stay tuned. Maybe I'll experiment with my food and my consumption and my diet and what is working for me and not working for me. Maybe I'll experiment within the next couple weeks. Maybe I'll experiment in the new year. Who the fuck knows? All I know is that I want to have 2 feet long shits like this. Oh my Lord. That sounds absolutely fantastic. And to close off this fun Podmas December 12th episode, I'm going to tell you a story that's related to poo and not in a good way like this man's poos. And it has to do with my great-grandmother. So around in my family, we called my great-grandmother, who has since passed, Fra. And it came from my uncle, my dad's brother. He couldn't say grandma, and some reason Fra came out, and then it just stuck. Fra, very, very old at this time. Christmas dinner, we're all hanging out, we're having some food, and I was young when this happened. But apparently she wanted to have a little bit of alcohol, a little bit of wine. And I don't think she was a wine drinker. I don't think she was consuming alcohol at this later stage in her life. And she was sitting on a lovely white chair. And suddenly, everyone hears a little fart. And then it became way worse than a fart, and she shit herself, like not a solid 2 foot long shit herself. Diarrhea all the way, baby. So it was on a white chair, and she's very old at this point, so my dad and his siblings, or maybe it was my parents, had to help her to the I really hope you're not eating if you're listening to this episode. I need to give disclaimers for that. Helps her to the bathtub and has to bathe her and then find other clothes for her. I guess she wore my grandma's clothes. And that moment in our family Christmas dinner, I think, will go down in history. And that just is another fantastic example that what you put in your body will come out in shit form, and it will be such a sign of your health. The way you poo is such a sign of your health. Do you poo every other day? Oh, girly, you got to get more regular. Do you poo multiple times a day? Sometimes I poo too many times a day, and I'm like, this is weird. I'm just feeling very inspired to live a life like this young sir. I have no idea how old this person is. I have no idea. But I respect it. I respect the plant-based hustle, and I respect the poos. So thank you so much for tuning in to this episode, and thank you so much for sending this story, because this just launched a fantastic, funny conversation. I hope you laughed. And if you didn't, well, Maybe you need to work on your poos. Thank you so much for listening, and I will see you tomorrow for day 13 of Podmas. And make sure you submit a story. You can submit it in written form in the show notes, humantohumanpod.com, story submission, or you can tell me a story and record a voice message linked below. Everything stays anonymous. I literally have no idea who sent this. All I know is it was sent at 4:37 in the morning, which is very interesting. Maybe they're on a different time zone than me. And literally all it says when it comes through on my email is form submission at squarespace.info. Reply to no reply at squarespace.info to humantohumanpod@gmail.com. So just to make you feel real comfortable, I have no clue who sent this. And I love that. And I love you. So we'll see you soon.